Hey people, Chopper here, chatting with Chopper for Chop's videos. Another vlog number 3, I believe. Just wanted to touch base. Still fairly new at this. Wanted to talk about Tony Kahn making his comments on Busted Open Radio, talking about anybody with a contract with WWE doesn't really have a contract at all. That's only, I believe it exact. Anybody with WWE not signing a contract at all, they are signing a temporary agreement. I believe that's exactly what a contract is, but Tony Khan's the genius, I guess, the smart one. He says people that wrestle with me, mostly lifers, they are going to be there for the rest of his life and probably beyond. Hopefully he'll have kids one day and they'll take over and they'll forever have jobs. He hopes not to ever let people go. And he's just going to keep everybody forever and keep hiring everybody. I guess he's going to support the whole world of wrestlers, and everybody will just work for him and he'll support them off of the little money he brings in, I guess, and just pay them out of pocket, I guess. Sounds crazy. He speaks on emotion. What do you people think? Give me your comments. To be there for the rest of their life on their revenue. I like AEW. I don't think it's as great as a lot of people think, but I like it. I like it better than WWE. I don't watch WWE, but his comments like that are just crazy. He's getting crazier and crazier, I think. He makes these comments. He just says things and then can't back them up. And I think since AEW started, they've said things and just not been able to back them up time after time. You know, he says they're going to give insurance. Them wrestlers don't have insurance. Their office people do, but the wrestlers don't. He said he was going to give his wrestlers insurance. He says when Vince went commercial free, I got more money, I'll go commercial free. Finds out he can't. You know, I can't even think of things, but there's been hundreds of things. He's constantly saying things that he just can't do, but he just says them. He speaks out of emotion before he knows what he can do, and his head's just getting this big where he's constantly speaking out. But this is a big one. Like, contracts are for WWE. I mean, I agree WWE's letting people go. WWE treats people like shit. It's true, but just leave it alone. Just run your own company. They're only temporary agreements. They're not contracts. A contract is a temporary agreement, Tony. He says people aren't going to work for him. Now, when he lets people go, people aren't going to be mad. Why say that? So when you do, you piss people off. He just keeps doing things and says he's going to do this stuff forever. And if his company is around 10 years, is he going to be able to treat every death that ever happens? Or WWF don't do this? Well, they've had hundreds of people work for him. He can't treat every death like you do Brody Lee's, because you've had one death. He's had thousands. Are you going to do that for every wrestler? If you're around 40 years, you're going to do that for every wrestler. You're going to give all their kids a contract. You're going to have their kids hang out backstage. You'll have 100 kids hanging up every show, you know? It's just, it's like a child. You don't think. Yeah, it's nice when you're only around a year and you're only dealing with one person at a time to do that stuff. But as you get bigger and as you get more people, you're not going to be able to act like that. You're not going to be able to let everybody do what they want. You're not going to let every kid hang backstage. You're not going to be able to give contracts to every kid. You're not going to be able to treat every instance. But you're setting a precedent where, all right, you do that for first, when you do it for second, when you do it for third, when you don't do it for the fourth person, they're going to be pissed off and go, why did you do it for them and not me? Now you're setting bound. Now you're getting people mad at each other. Not only that, bringing these new people in like Punk and all these people, Danielson. How do you think these new people, the people that started, feel? He made these people all promises. I'm gonna make you national stars. You know, I'm gonna push you to the moon. Blah blah blah. Now they're all getting bumped and pushed out of the way. Now you're not even gonna get rid of them. So how is that any different than what you did, what Vince did, where he's holding on to people? Now you got these people in the contract and you're holding on to them and not using them. He's got people sitting home and you're not using them with TV time. Now it's okay for him when you say that. You know, oh well, there ain't enough TV time. Well, okay, whose fault's that? It's not his fault. He keeps signing people, and he's not letting people go. He's keeping them under contract. But well, he's a nice guy because he's signing people, but Vince wasn't a nice guy when he was paying people. He was holding on to people and holding them down. But Tony's doing the same thing, and he's being a nice guy. It's just such a bias. I don't like it. It's not the product; it's the fans, and it's just Tony's way of running the company that he's scatterbrained, and it's not the product. It's not the wrestlers. It's just the AEW does the exact same thing, and it's praised for it, and WWF shit on. And I hate WWF. I always have. I shouldn't say hate, but I've never been a favorite of it. I haven't watched it since 2002, I think, 2001, when Austin was doing the what thing. It was still WWF. I had enough of that crap. I didn't like it for a year or two then, and it's never been my favorite. I always searched other things. I grew up on World Class. I've watched anything I could get my hands on outside of WWF, even when I watched WWF. But what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on all the firings? It's messed up. I think he's just flooding Tony, going, "Here you go, here you go, here." He's letting him bury himself, sign all these people. Everybody says AEW listens to the fans. Do they? I see a lot of places that not. They say WWF doesn't. I don't watch WWFE, whatever. But everything I see posted online seems like they do. They say they want, black champions. I see black champions constantly. It seems like they're all black champions, or at least were a few months ago. They say they want women pushed. I see all kinds of women pushed. I see women pay-per-views. And they still complain. They want young people pushed. I see young people pushed. They want change. I see them changing. I'm not saying it's good, but I see them trying to do what fans want, and they keep saying they're not listening. So I don't really understand the fan base. I just think there's hate for that company no matter what. It's buried, and it's mostly just because there's a new thing in town, and these people have been watching WWF for so long, they just get hatred. And if they weren't there, they'd probably be loving WWF again. NXT changed. You use the same guys, you do the same matches, you don't push no new people, you're not building your own talent, blah, blah, blah. Now they're building their own talent. They're using these new guys, and they're trying to recreate their own talent from within. Weren't they saying they don't build their talent from within? That's what they're doing, and they're using new guys, and they're using young guys, and they're not using the same old guys, and now they say it sucks. Oh, you don't know none of these people. They're all no name, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just seems like you can't make them happy to me. I don't watch it, so whatever, it might suck, but still they're doing what you keep saying you want them to do. AEW, they say, listens to their fans, but is Cody Rhodes going heel? Is he listening? They listen. They do whatever you want. Are they? I don't know. People wanted Hangman Page champ 2 years ago. Was he? I don't see how they really listen. They just claim to, and I mean, some stuff they do, but they were saying they wanted 6-man titles a year ago. Did they do it? They were saying they wanted to focus on tag teams. Did they? No, they lost that a long time ago. They're saying they wanted to focus on the women's division. Did they? So I think it's a falsehood. They just say they do things, and the fans just go along with whatever AEW says, as far as I'm concerned. They can do no wrong. It seems like to me. Good. I mean, that's good if you like it. Cool. I like it too. I watch it, but it just seems like people make up excuses for them, and just like whatever they do is just right. You know what I mean? They do what we want, and then they say a bunch of stuff, and they don't do it. And they still do what they want, and make a bunch of promises, and then they don't do it, and they do what they say, and they don't. I don't know. WWF don't do what they want, and they try to do what they want, and it ain't good enough. I don't know. So fans in the fire and Vince letting people go. What's everybody's thought on that? That's like the uproar on the internet right now. It's just WWF don't care about people. That's what everybody's saying. I don't know. He never has. So what's the difference? I just think people have something else to watch, so they bitch about it. When has he ever cared about people? When was it ever any different? I mean, he's letting a lot of people go at the same time, but the whole complaint when WWE started was he held on to everybody and wouldn't let them go and let them do what they want. Now he's like, go do what you want. He's letting everybody go. Now they complain he's letting everybody go. He's listening to the fans. I mean, I don't know. I don't get the gripe of a lot of this stuff. It just don't make sense. I think Vince is just like, here you go, and he's rebuilding. I think he's making profit. He's gonna make as much money. He's gonna start all over. I guess. Maybe he is getting ready to sell, but I doubt it. I think he's gonna start to rebuild. Why is he starting NXT over and all that? If what I think, what I've always said is the split don't work. Whatever they do, I haven't watched it since they have the split. Really, I don't understand it. They do a draft and all that. I don't get it. But what I've always said, if they want to do something and everybody says bring back territories, bring back this, bring back that, blah blah blah, I think Tony tries to do it's Forbidden Door, which is total horse shit. Which is there's no Forbidden Door. MLW trades talent and been sharing people with all over. ROH has done it. NWA did it. Shit, All In. What was All In? How was Tony doing something new if All In happened? Because he didn't do that. The Elite didn't even do that. NWA, it was made on the NWA title. Solely booked on Cody versus Aldis for the NWA title. That was the one only match announced. NWA. It was ROH's production crew that they went to the Elite. You know, they screwed them over hard. That's why they have heat. Screwed over New Japan because they had a U.S. section all lined up to go with Kenny Omega, and he just screwed them and left. They all left everybody hanging. They didn't tell them they were going to do that. They said they were coming back, and they just jumped ship and never came back. So, but that was all leagues coming together to make that. It wasn't elite. You know, they get all the. I mean, they helped promote it and stuff. They did do stuff for it. I'm not taking away from them, but it wasn't just them. They could have never done that without ROH letting them use their production equipment. ROH promoted it heavily on their TV. You got that all in there. They wouldn't have done that. They promoted it on being elite and stuff too. But you know, New Japan come in, Okada come in. That was big for that. But it was mostly the NWA title, Cody versus Aldis. That's what sold that fucking pay per view. You know. So Jay Lethal come in and debuted the other night. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Leave your comments. You know, I'd like to hear from you guys and hear your comments on some of the stuff I say. I know it's controversial. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree. We just try to be adults and don't say you suck, you're a fucking idiot or whatever. Just give a debate, give your opinions. It's not all going to be agreed with. I know that, but it's honest and it's passionate. I get passionate for wrestling. That's the way I say it. But Lethal coming in. Love that they signed him. Lethal's a hell of a talent. I've watched him since shit. He was with. He started out in ROH before Impact with. Was that Rave group he was with in ROH? Strict Nine. No, not Strict Nine. Rave. I don't know. Whatever they were. Rave group. There was like 12 of them or 10 of them, and they all ran around and jumped around. I'll think of the name. I forget it. Anyway, they book him to come in and challenge Sammy for the title. And he jobs his first match. I really don't like Tony's booking, but that's, I mean, Sammy versus him's a good match, but to have him come in and book, why not have him come in and win a few matches, build him up? I mean, some of the fans don't even know who he is, granted, a lot of them do, but build him up, make him look good, and then have him lose to Sammy. It makes him mean more for the company. Makes Sammy's win over him mean more. It's just a win-win. I mean, I don't know. I listened to Cornette today. I know a lot of people probably don't like Cornette, and he was saying how the bump on the table, have him lay out and have the doctor stop it or whatever. And I mean, that was a good scenario. I could have lived with that. Or, I mean, Tony's all look on no DQ, no countouts, all that crap. I know a lot of fans are against that. Fans are against that because they've watched WWE do it for so many years, the younger fans, and do it wrong and do it shitty and misuse it. There's nothing wrong with using that stuff. You need that stuff. You need to learn how to use it right. You need to use it sparingly. You need to use it in a smart way to advance storylines. You don't need to use it every match. You don't need to use it every week. You don't need to use it 14 times in a week. If you do it smart, you do it right, you use it good in a story, it helps a story, it helps stuff. You need countouts and shit. I mean, that's another thing he went back on. He said they weren't going to do that. Then somebody got hurt. What do? Somebody gets knocked out in the ring. You don't do a countout. You don't do it. Even when Archer got hurt there, then they thought he was hurt. They let him go back in and get rolled up on the back of his neck. Um, you can't do no countouts. You can't do no disqualifications. You can't. You gotta have that shit. I mean, even in an emergency, if somebody dies, people have died in the ring. Say somebody gets crippled. Say somebody breaks their neck and can't move. What do? Make them pin them? What do? Do like a Matt Hardy and make him finish and still fall off the scaffold after he's concussed? I don't know. But give me some opinions if you want. I'd like to start getting some feedback if anybody's even listening to these things or watching these things. But what's your thoughts on making Jay Lethal lose his first match? It was a good match. Should have been over. They made it go a little too long. Both of them guys very talented, great. I mean, I was watching Sammy Guevara before AEW. Been watching Jay Lethal since he started. Like I said, both real talented. Again, Tony's rush book and had to throw them together. I mean, it's great having him come out and challenge him. Maybe they should have him come out and challenge him and Sammy not accept this challenge or avoid it. Oh, no, not you. I already got a challenge. I made somebody jump in front of him. Maybe do that a couple weeks or have him prolong it or something. Just something so that Jay Lethal shouldn't have jobbed. I said, no, you got to get a couple wins to challenge me and made him beat a couple people first or something. Just something that Lethal shouldn't have been losing his first. I made him beat him by DQ. Or Sammy get hurt so he can't continue, like I said, or something. I don't know. There's so many things you could do, but I know everybody hates the ref bumps and the DQs and stuff, but you got to start doing that at some point. Just use it sparingly. Make it not happen a lot. Make it right when it happens. Make it realistic when it happens. Don't make it goofy and fucking... And don't do it like 3 times in a show. Don't do it every fucking match. Break it up. Use it sparingly. Make it make sense. Use it in the big feuds to keep them going so you don't use them up. I don't know. I think that's it. What about the guy running Seth Rollins? All I seen was a clip online. The guy running around the barrier and running in and tackling him, saying he's Seth Rollins. Is Seth Rollins? Now who is that? Is that Black or is that Mr. Wrestling? Steen. Is that Steen or is that Black? That's Black, right? I'm not sure. I know all the guys from the Indies. I don't know. I always confuse them. I know the ROH guys. I know Jericho, Steen, Black. All of them are there. I think that's about it. Check out my videos. I just did Tony Rumble tribute. If anybody knows Tony Rumble, I made it 5 hours. I'm way out of control on it, but maybe skim through it. Maybe watch a video at the beginning. Watch it in sittings or something if you're a Tony Rumble fan. That's pretty cool to pay tribute to him. I'm going to try to start doing that. If there's anybody in the local area that was big, that's birthdays have passed, or like real vets that are trainers or really done a lot for the community, maybe send me in some dates. I may not be able to get to it right away, but I'm going to try to start doing it annually and keep a calendar and maybe make tributes and start doing stuff like that. See if I can make that part of what I post for local people, or maybe even expand on that. Talk to a few people maybe about picking up local leagues, companies, if they want me to try to air their stuff, if they got YouTube channels, or if they're taping shows, if they want me to start putting them on my channel. I'm not going out and taping shows. Some people have asked me to go out and tape their shows and stuff like I used to. I don't think I'm getting into that. But if you're taping shows and you have stuff and you want me to maybe air it on my channel to help promote your shows or help show you what you're doing, hit me up, get in contact with me. I think that's it. That's my vlog. Chatting with Chopper number 3.
This is the Puerto Rican Punisher Baby telling you to check out Chop's videos on YouTube. He's got the best collection of classics in New England wrestling and professional wrestling in general. So go ahead, subscribe, give him a follow, give him a like, and hit the bell notification so that you get the latest videos when they drop. Y no te olvides, que guste o no te guste, Chop Videos, esa es la que hay.
Anybody, welcome. Crimson Mask Wrestling. Get your ass in here! Or go home and weep like a baby. We don't play here. We don't do catch as catch can. We do just the hardcore. Look at my friend here. I did that to my friend!
But it sucks when